Lesson 8-5, solving equations with variables on each side. So we're going to have now variables on both sides of the equation, and we can still solve it, just an added step. Let's take a look at it. But remember, you can always find more information by referencing the pages in the parentheses, 356 to 360. Here we have the equation 8x plus 6 equals 4x minus 10. Okay? For this equation, we want to either move this 4x to this side and it becomes the opposite. Over here, it's a positive 4x. When you move it to this side, it's going to become a negative 4x, so it's taken away from this 8x. Okay, this is called inverting the operation, when you carry it over to the other side of the equation. The way the textbook is showing us is that we can also just simply subtract it out from both sides, which is essentially what we're doing. If we're taking it from this side to the other side, we're taking it away from this side, which is what they're doing. They're taking it away. And we're going to take it away from this side as well. You see, we're subtracting it because it becomes from positive to negative and be subtracted. That's essentially what they're doing they're doing the same thing. So if we get rid of it on this side, as you can see right there, it's gone, and we're only left with negative 10x, as you can see there. Okay? And if you subtract it, you can only subtract it from like terms. If you subtract it there, 8x minus 4x is going to be 4x. And we still have our 6. And now we're right back to just a two-step equation. You see what we were doing in the previous lesson. Let's subtract 6 out, okay, so that the 6 is gone, right there. And we're just left with the 4x, as you see right there, okay? And let's subtract it. If you do it to one side of the equation, you have to do it to the other side of the equation. And 10 negative and 6 negative gives you 16 negatives, okay, as you see there. And now we just work out the 4, divide out the 4 from both sides, and you get x equals negative 4, okay? For this lesson, we have an extended, a little longer, independent practice than normal. So we have from 27 all the way down to 34, okay? So make sure that you do all of these questions. I can help you out with one or two. Let me help you out with one from the top and then a word problem as well. Okay, let me see here. Let me help you out with 31, which looks the longest. I've started by copying it right up here, exactly the same. Negative 5.2k plus 2.9 equals negative 12k plus 30.1. You can see it right there. Okay, it's not as neat, but it's legible. What I'm going to start by doing is, like I like doing it, I'm going to get rid of this and bring it over here, and it's going to become the opposite, okay, as I was mentioning before. So if it's negative 12k over here, it's going to become positive 12k over here. So positive 12k, or 12k, I could put it here if you really wanted to. I could put 12k positive minus 5.2k, I believe becomes 6.8k, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it becomes 6.8k positive, right? Because this changed to the positive when you carry it over the equation. It becomes the opposite. Now I have it plus 2.9 equals 30.1. Okay? Now we have a one-step equation as we've had in the past. I'll change the color again because red is a little bit hard to read. I'm going to subtract the 2.9 out so I can get rid of it on this side, and I have to do the same thing to this side. Subtract 2.9. Okay? That leaves me with my 6.8k equals 27.2, right? 27.2. Now I'll go ahead and divide, oops, I forgot the k right there. So I can isolate the k. I'm going to divide it by 6.8 on both sides, 6.8, and divide by 6.8. Okay, so now I have k left over, that gets rid of it, is 4. So k equals 4. And there you go, that is number 31. Go ahead and try the rest on your own, and we'll check them in class. Let's look at 34 together. Okay, we have an online video game site charges a $10 membership fee and a $6 monthly cost. So that means that you're going to pay $10, okay, you're going to pay $10 as a one-time payment plus $6 every month. Okay, so what I'm seeing, and I hope you're seeing the same thing, is that you're going to pay $10, just a one-time payment, plus $6, right? Plus $6 per month. But we just don't know how many months, right? We just don't know. And that's the one fee that we're paying here. Then for the next people, another game site charges $6 membership fee. Okay, so instead of a $10, we have a $6 membership fee and an $8 monthly cost. So now plus $8 a month. All right. We're going to write and solve an equation. This is writing an equation, boys and girls. We're writing this situation is equal to this situation. Okay. So we write and solve an equation to find how many months it would take for the total cost of the two sites to be the same. So we're going to compare this and this. Let's solve it to see when they will become the same. When m will be the same for both of them. Okay? So what we must do is solve it as we've always done. But this time we have to decide on which side do we want the m. Do I want to isolate the m on this side, or do I want to isolate the m on this side? If I were to bring the 6m over to this side, it becomes minus. Okay, I think it would make it easier. We keep the m a positive. And that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to take this 6m and bring it over to this side. Okay, so now it becomes minus 6m. Got it? So it's no longer there. And it's 10 equals 6, right? Plus 2m. Right? Because 8m minus 6m is 2m. There we go. And now I can go ahead and subtract the 6 from this side. Right? I subtract it right there. So I'm going to subtract 6 to get rid of the 6. And I subtract 6 from this side. And it becomes 4. So with that 4 and this being gone, I have 2m left. Now let's divide out the coefficient. Okay, so if I divide out the coefficient from this side and I divide it out from the other side of the equation, I'm going to have 2. This is divided out as m. So m is 2. What does that mean in terms of the question? If m is 2, and m represented is the variable representing the word month, so they wanted us to write and solve an equation to find how many months it would take for the total cost of the two sites to be the same. M is 2, so it would equal 2 months. Therefore, it would take 2 months for the total cost of the two sites to be the same. Okay, boys and girls, go ahead and try those questions on your own that I just showed you, and we'll check them in class.